All right, another successful mission.
You just look strangely uncomfortable. Can you ask the raptor for motivation, please? Okay.
She's very photogenic.
Nothing can stop us now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's Chip and Dale. How are you guys doing? Hello, Grogu.
Don't be shy. If you want to over.
Now, Universal Orlando Resort, Earl the Squirrel needs his own Christmas tree over here for the meet and greet. I think so. I think we're going to make that happen. We'll put that.
4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Do you think the people on the moon ever look over and say, wow, it's a full spaceship Earth tonight? Well, welcome back to the sign welcoming you to Universal Orlando Resort.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Hiya, Scooby! We're here at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort with the newly opened Kona. I don't remember what it's called. Good evening, Magic Crew. How are you guys doing tonight? And welcome to a special live stream from the Ear to Ear Magic community and family. Welcome in, guys. This is our recap of the 2023 Virgin Voyages group cruise. We just got off of about 2 weeks ago, and we wanted to have a chance for you guys to come in and get a chance to talk with some of our Magic Cruisers that were just on board the Scarlet Lady with us just a few weeks ago. So welcome in. Good evening. We are not in the parks tonight. We are here virtually with you guys. It's kind of nice to sit still in one space and just take some time tonight to answer your questions, talk about some of the fun we had on the cruise ship with the people in the group who were with us. So I've got some very special people waiting in the wings to talk to you about their experiences on the Scarlet Lady. And some of them were first-time cruisers. Some of them were first-time, well, all of them were first-time on Virgin Voyages. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So tonight, if this is the first time you watch us here at Ear to Ear Magic, whether you're watching us live or you may be watching us in replay. Hi, my name is Chris. I'm your travel agent in the parks. And tonight, I am your travel agent on the ship as we're going to be talking about all the things we did and experienced here on the Scarlet Lady. So welcome in, everybody. I am in the party room. That's right, loser dork face. I hope you're ready. This is actually, Whitney, a location here on the Scarlet Lady behind me. This is Pink Agave. And if you watch, if I get out of the way, I can. Look, there was even Susan back there in much better. Boom, let's see. Look at that. Look at Susan. It's a great entranceway. And we recommend that when you guys get on board the Scarlet Lady, get yourself a picture in this hallway. It's very nice. It's almost as good as the Manor. So welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. We've got some very special people in with us tonight. We have got Tony Villette, Pickle Shake, Mike and Michelle Nichols, Kim and Lori, Jackie, and also Randy and Heidi. We're going to be bringing people in, dropping them out, letting you guys ask questions. So as you come into the chat tonight, as we bring people on stage, we want you guys to ask them questions, get them a chance to share their experiences with you. And in the end, though, the reason we're doing this is we want to share the idea that Virgin Voyages is an extremely fun experience for cruising. And I think it has gotten so much, I guess, really weird reviews from people who just don't know. Virgin Voyages is a pretty new cruise line, very young. They're just getting their first ships over the past few years in the water. They have more ships coming, but they are known famously for being the cruise line that only allows adults to cruise. You have to be 18 years or older to cruise. And I think a lot of people get in, they get a little tizzy about that. They're like, oh, it's adults only. Oh my gosh, I can't do that. That's too much. Now we had to take an entire group on board with us, and you guys are going to get to see exactly and talk to and listen to what we experienced as a group. And when you guys want to come and join or go on your own Virgin Voyages cruise, we hope that you guys would take advantage of it by contacting us here at Ear to Ear Magic by sending an email over to Susan and letting us know how we can get you on board one of their beautiful ships. You can do so by sending us an email and just reaching out to us. For now, let's see, I've got this set up. You can always email me over at chrisedwards@travelmation.net. Make sure to also put susanedwards@travelmation.net and let us know how you would like to try and go on one of these beautiful ships. And here's the key. Tonight, if you are to contact us and have a deposit down on your next Virgin Voyages cruise, but if you book it between now and Saturday, we are going to extend an offer that will allow you, if you have a sea terrace, which is one of the larger rooms that allows you to see out into the outside of the ship, we can extend an offer of up to $300 sailor loot. That's additional onboard credit that you guys can use for anything on the ship, including merchandise, spa experiences, excursions, casino, or a few other things. So it's kind of cool to have a little extra sailor loot, a little extra cash. And I'm hoping that the people who come on tonight from the Magic Cruisers can tell you what they used when they were on board with their sailor loot. And we want you guys to take advantage of that as well. Already, we have almost twice as many people set up to come to next year's group cruise. May 14th through the 18th, 2025. We'll have that information up and available for you guys at any time. We'd love for you guys to join the group next year, but don't feel like you have to wait until May of 2025 to take advantage of these promotions and these fun cruise ships. So sail before then. Come and join us in May of next year as well. But tonight, thank you guys for joining us. So before we get started, I wanted to have a little introduction and a little fun, even for those who are in the green room. Are you guys ready? A little thing to get us started in the mood and an idea of feeling what it was like for us to be on the ship 2 weeks ago. So enjoy. All right, there's a little bit of a recap, just a little bit of a taste of what we had as a group, and a lot of fun. It honestly is just impossible to fit the experiences that we had as a group into just a 3-minute recap. But you can tell from that video that Heidi had a great time. It's like the only person I caught dancing except for Owen the entire cruise. It's like, oh, it's Heidi dancing again, but we were all kind of dancing on the inside. So let's get started tonight. We've got several people that are in our green room right now, and we're going to bring them in. We can't bring everybody in at the same time, but we're going to bring them in piece by piece and let you guys ask some questions and let them sort of give their experiences as well. So we're going to get started, and I'd like to say, let's go. What I'd like to do is I would like to start with a few people who had never cruised with us or anywhere before. And I believe hopefully they had a good time. So I'm going to bring in, first of all, Mike and Michelle, and Randy and Heidi. And I'm going to throw in Kim and Lori too. So welcome to the stage, Mike and Michelle. Welcome in, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
We got Randy and Heidi, also first-time cruisers. And
Hello.
Lori.
Sorry, the dog had to go out.
Oh, no. Hey, dog happens.
Yes.
This is live. You guys were all first-time cruisers. So how did it feel watching the recap there? How did it feel seeing some of the experiences?
It made me smile so much because we had such a great time that just all the memories came back. It was awesome.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, when you said that, that we were dancing on the inside, the whole time that video was going, I was like this and remembering it. It was really fun.
It was fun to do. One of the reasons we were late getting started is I had a few extra touches I needed to add to that. It was just taking me forever, but you know what? I want to do this just right. So I'm going to take myself out a little bit, and I'd love to, first of all, before questions start coming in, I would love to know if you guys, being first-time cruisers, now that it's over, what are your feelings afterwards as well? So what do you guys think?
I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
We wish we started sooner.
Like same thing. I wish we would have did it sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I know that's what I did when I first started cruising as well. I was like, I should have done this a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know if in the chat, feel free to ask if you guys have questions in the chat. Hello, Jessica. Welcome in. Loser Dork Faces. I know some of you guys in the chat are coming next year. So if you have questions about what's going to happen, what to expect, you can ask as well. So I'm going to put Mike and Michelle on the spot, if I may. I would love to know. I think you guys liked it. I think.
Did we? I don't know.
And one of the reasons I think that you guys may have liked it is that you decided to go again.
Yeah,
We did actually.
we did. We contacted you guys a couple days ago, and
Mhm.
we have it booked, and we fly back to Miami this Saturday for cruise number 2 in less than a month.
Wow.
One more time.
That's
So
it.
all the stuff that you missed out on the first time. So what are you guys most excited about doing this time?
Honestly, I mean, just the whole fun atmosphere. Just the food. I can't say enough about food. No, actually, I can say 2 words: bento box. But
Those were great.
But this time around, it's slightly different. We're going to Cozumel and Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and then 2 days at sea, and then Bimini Beach. So hopefully the weather will be great for us to be able to dock in Bimini Beach and have some good time there. But honestly, we truly enjoyed it so much. And now that all that you hear all this different faux pas about, oh, don't do this and don't do that, or people get sick and this and that. Let me tell you, if anyone's second guessing themselves, don't. At the end of the day, you could be shopping in your grocery store and you could pick something up from there, right? You could be doing whatever. But honestly, that ship is immaculate. It's clean.
It's a beautiful ship. Blessed to do.
Ship. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's just so much activities that there's never nothing
Not
not to
enough
do.
time to do everything. But
honestly,
book your second one and go again.
yeah, if you want to sit on the your deck in that nice hammock there and enjoy the waves, there's nothing better than hearing that the doors open at nighttime and you hear in the ocean. But honestly, don't pay any attention. The best thing to do is to go for yourself. Do what you want to do. Take that cruise. Hopefully everyone enjoys next month in May 14th through the 18th signs up for that cruise. We'll have another stellar time. There's no doubt about it. I'm already looking forward to it. I know we're going this weekend again, but looking forward to enjoying with all the other company as well that's coming on board.
So Loser Dark Face asked, do you get sailor loot with the short notice? Yes, we did get some sailor loot.
Yep.
Was it the same promotion as last when you booked for the May?
Yeah, we got the $300 and booking through Chris and Susan, we were able to procure another $100 in sailor loot. So $400 in sailor loot along with it. So definitely will help for those. We enjoyed it last time. We both got massages on the ship. Another excellent place to go and wind and relax. So
yep, we used the sailor loot in the spa. We used it in the gift shop.
yeah.
And then was there anywhere else that we used it?
No, we made sure we spent every bit of that, for our enjoyment and getting all kinds of souvenirs.
I have to say that you guys, actually the entire crew did an amazing job of utilizing their sailor loot. Much better than we did. Me and the boys were like fighting at the last night. Go, what are we going to do with it all? But you guys did an amazing job with it. Jackie did a really great job of showing you guys as a good example of how to use it with the spa. And then you guys all kind of jumped in and fell in line with it as well.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see what you guys are going to get to do with sailor loot this time. I'm going to bring in, let's see. I'm going to add Randy and Heidi back in and let you guys answer this question. And this is a good, these are questions that I want you guys to answer because sometimes you hear it from travel agents and you're like, it's a travel agent. That's what they're supposed to do. Of course, they're going to tell you the answer. They're just trying to book you travel. They'll tell you anything they want you to hear to get that car off the lot, right? Mm-hmm. So Sammy has a really good question for you guys. Why do you have to be 18? Is it not family friendly? Is it more of a single scoop group cruise? What did you guys think? Why do you have to be 18 or plus?
I think it's a little risque, for somebody to have to explain some of the shows if a child were to see or younger parties were to see some of the shows that were going on, they might have to explain it. And also there's a lot of adults that are acting with adult activities as well. Like pajama night. We saw a guy get down to his skivvies. So that's one of the things, like it's and even a 16-year-old, I don't think that they need to be seeing that with their parent. Like even with your parents, it's just, I don't know. That's the reason why I think it is. It would be an uncomfortable situation and they just want, adults to have a good time. So, and there's really no kids pools on there
that on
either.
Other ships that aren't 18 and over.
But there's no kids pools and things like that either. So
real estate is something to keep in mind. They do not have to take up space on the ship for things like water slides.
Yeah.
Kids areas.
They
don't have to have a restaurant that has a special chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese location. You don't have to have a kids bar at the galley. There's a lot of advantages to that. But I think there are times, and it's a great question, Sam, there are times where people will go on to Disney Cruise Line or the Royal Caribbean and have a great time. But sometimes they're seeking areas in which they're not necessarily always involved with family and running around and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're just looking for a quiet place that you can do that. and this allows you the opportunity to do that. So it works. Now, did you guys find that it was always necessarily not family friendly?
No.
Or is it?
No.
Not really.
I think there are times where some things are, I wouldn't say risque is even a little push forward situations, but you saw in the video, I thought it was hilarious as we were coming up above the pajama party, we ran into these people dressed as dogs, and I'm like, what the characters? This isn't Disney Cruise Line. Why do we have characters? And then all of a sudden, who let the dogs out? Starts playing, and they are above the dance floor, up above. You can see they're up above, like where you guys were. And just for the one song, they just danced around in the dog costumes, and then they were gone. And it's I think it allows adults to be a little immature and not have to be as responsible watching out for the little ones. I never once got run over by a stroller. I never once missed an elevator ride because the kids kept pushing the button. So, I love kids. I have 3 of my own, and certain times it's nice to get away and just have something that's a little more geared toward that. So, but that's an excellent question, Sam. Let's see if I have any other questions as we pop in. Drumless Good Dog came in and says, after being Royal Caribbean cruisers, we are looking for something without little kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. How many times have we run into, or even Susan and myself, gone to Disney on a date night and said, you know what, it's nice to go to the parks without kids. It changes the way you look at it. It changes the way anything comes in, and it does make a big difference sometimes. I want to, if I may, I want to put Kim and Lori on the spot and ask you guys. Did you have any reservations on coming onto an adult-only cruise?
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I thought what made the cruise for me was the group that we had put together and all the nice people that we met. We've got 17 new friends.
Right.
And I thought we all had a great time together.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And also with your scooter, you didn't have like strollers to compete with, for space. I mean, people, yes, but not like when you're in the park.
Kim had the whole racetrack to himself. He didn't have to worry about.
Yeah. It's still tricky at times, especially in the elevators. But other than that, it was good.
Now, what did you guys use your Sailor Loot on?
We used it. I was going to swim with the stingrays, as you know, and that didn't happen. So I spent the refunded money on a really nice handbag that I never would have bought at home. I know that. And we did spa. We did spa services, and one of my favorite things was very low cost. We used room service. It was just like a $7 delivery fee every morning, but I had morning coffee on the red hammock or out on the balcony every morning. Before we went to breakfast or anything, we just enjoyed a little, that balcony is so gorgeous. Why not take advantage of it? So we used it for that.
You can use it for, you can use it exactly. There's a very small fee to have in-room service if you want to have food delivered to your terrace.
Right.
You can use, or if you order a drink with it, it costs no service. It doesn't cost anything to use room service. If you want to deliver it to the room.
Said, we just happened to do coffee every morning, and that coffee, it was good, and it came and it was piping hot and stayed hot, and it was really good. So we really enjoyed that.
Go Tigers has the question. So is the Sailor Loot and Bar Tab separate things? Yes. They are, and you do have to know how that works, Go Tigers. That's why it's really good to have somebody there to kind of help you through it and make sure you get it. The bar tab is made specific for drinks, and you can use it for specialty drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, juices, and stuff like that. Sailor Loot is used for anything outside of. You can use your Sailor Loot to go into the duty-free alcohol area and buy some bottles that you can take home with you later. But for the most part, you use your Sailor Loot for everything except for drinks, and that's what you use your bar tab for. You can pre-purchase bar tab, or you can, there you go. You got your Virgin Voyages shirt.
I was like, I just looked at myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this shirt too.
So it's good to know what you've got and keep tabs on stuff like that as well. We had a few. I'm going to bring in Dylan and Pickle Shake, who also.
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys. And again, this is the first time you guys have been on a Virgin Voyages cruise.
Yes.
What did you guys think?
It was my 5th cruise, but first time on Virgin. I am a Disneyland cruiser. As you were saying before, Chris, I heard Virgin adults only. I'm like, okay, XXX.
Yeah.
Rated.
There are some people who actually market it as that, and I think that can get you in trouble if you're either you're missing out on something because you got a misinterpretation of it, or you may show up thinking it's going to be much more of a party than it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I know for you were concerned because you've been on Royal Caribbean, you've been on Disney. Were you going to be able to navigate on the ship? Were you going to feel safe being out and around on the ship? And I that was my biggest concern, is at the end, would Dylan feel comfortable on the Scarlet Lady?
Well, you guys barely. I can tell you. I mean, you guys barely saw me at times.
No, for someone who was worried about whether or not they were going to be okay on the ship by themselves, you were like, pew, gone.
Yeah,
having a good time. I can tell
you this. I felt for the first time in 4 years since I came out as trans, I was in the gym and they had a scale, so I weighed myself. For the first time in 4 years, I took my shirt off and weighed myself. I didn't think about it. No one said anything. No one cared. Nothing. I'm like, this is awesome. I like this. They're accepting.
And there's a space. I think it's not a concern about where you can go on the ship, that there's not a space that you can find, that you're going to find somebody there that is I think in different areas of the ship, you're going to find different activities, different people, but everyone's going to be a part of it. We got a question also from Andrew. Who had the most fun on the ship?
I had fun. But unlike Disney, I mean, I was like, I could be seeing a movie right now. I could be in the kids' lounge taking the tours. I could be doing the aqueduct. I could be meeting characters. I could be doing something. That was my problem on the ship.
Was not having enough of those little extra activities here and there you can show up and do.
And I'm really not a foodie, so I was kind of like over the food.
Yeah. And those of us who are foodies were just nothing but food everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So now there's food if you like it. There's other kinds of things like activities, but I'm gonna bring in Jackie because I think Jackie was the foray into the spa.
I spent a whole day there.
I know. We did where's Jackie? She's in.
I know. You had fun.
So what kind of fun did you have in the spa, Jackie?
I had a great time. I was meeting people from all over and just enjoying going from room to room, salt room, sauna room, steam room, mud room, the pools. I even went with Lori at one point. So it was really nice.
How much was the day pass?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up in my.
You know why she doesn't remember?
Doesn't want to.
Because you used your sailor loot and it didn't matter.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, right.
It didn't come out of your pocket. It was something that was part of your package, and it was just a natural extension of what you've got. So, would you have normally, if you had not had that sailor loot, would you have normally taken advantage of so much of the spa services?
Probably not. And I think next year when we go, I'm not going to be there all day either. Because I did miss, you guys were going to shows that day and I missed the shows.
She was fine. She was in spa mode.
I was hanging there. I spent
how many massages did you actually get, Jackie?
I got 1 massage and 2 facials.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I got 2 massages. They kept me walking throughout the whole trip.
We also had a question. Who was in the arcade most of the time?
Caleb.
That was Caleb. Oh, so the pickle shake.
Yes, sir.
Pickle shake was it was a joy to actually have you not in a fight with Pam.
Pam was great.
You guys were very good. You guys behaved each other well on the day at Key West. And to me, I really enjoyed that. You guys saw the video at the beginning. If you guys came into the stream later and you haven't seen the video, go back. But in the video, you can see we had a private charter trolley just for the Magic Cruisers. And that was so much fun just to be able to have our group come around. We got to go to the southernmost tip of the continental United States. We got a group photo. We got to play the game that everyone loved called Where's Kim? So because Kim got a special drop-off point around the corner and had to come back. But as far as the most fun, what did you enjoy the most on the cruise?
Well, first and foremost was the company that we were with. And we're the old couple on the crew. And we had some really good people.
I'm sorry,
to
what?
haul us around from room to room.
You were the what?
We're the old people.
Old people? There were no old people on this crew.
But no, well, we kept Jill and Gabe and Randy and Heidi busy just getting us from our room down to where we eat. But the whole group was a whole lot of fun. Really enjoyed everybody. And we're definitely doing it again. In fact, we've got the one coming up in June and then the one next May. So
yeah, we still have space on our group cruise in June for anybody who's like, you know what, I never thought about doing a group cruise, but you can still do it. You can still join us, and we still have a couple of rooms at great prices for group prices. And Mo has a good question. Mo's going to be joining us, by the way. Mo's coming up on a group cruise with us, so we'll get to meet Mo. Mo wants to know: was it confusing to learn the ship? We had a lot of people. Now, Tony doesn't count because Tony watched about 1,700 hours of YouTube. I'm going to bring Tony in here as well, but Tony he already knew all about the ship, but I'm going to bring Tony in to kind of answer the question. Again, Mike and Michelle, first time on a cruise ship. Was it confusing for you guys to learn your way around the ship?
Not at all. It's very easy. There's signs throughout the ship too, and everything's marked where the restaurants are, where places are, so it's very easy to find.
Yeah. Very large placards right by all the elevator shafts. So I mean, very simple and very easy to find. Honestly, it took us all about I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to understand the structure point, and then the rest of the trip we were good to go wherever we needed to be.
So what's the for the next time people going on any of the Virgin Voyages cruise, those who are going with us next year on the Valiant Lady, and Tony, you can throw in there. What is the first place? Where is home base? Where do you need to learn to get to first and foremost?
Galley.
Trick question.
Deck 15.
Galley.
Yeah. Deck 15.
The galley. Why do we say the galley? Because it's the place that's always open. It is the place where you can get food at any one point. It's not a buffet, but it's also where the sushi is. Which, by the way, Tony had his first little bit of sushi with his boys that first night as well. And I'm very proud of him for being so brave and trying. How was the sushi, Tony? Did you like it? Oh, Tony's muted at the moment. Hang on.
Yeah, it was pretty bland.
Next time I'm getting some extra stuff for Tony. We're gonna bring it up a notch. Bam. Next time we're going to Gun Bay. I'm taking you guys to Gun Bay next time.
Good idea.
So we're gonna have some fun with it. Tony was really excited about this trip. He learned a lot about it on the ship ahead of time. I wanted to know, was there something about the ship that you learned that on the ship that you didn't know ahead of time?
I studied the layouts and have seen other people going, and I knew that if you're on deck 7, it ends here, this ends here, and I thought I had that pretty well much kind of figured out, but then you start going, and then it's just like, no, wait a second, that doesn't happen, and then didn't realize that I was on the back of the ship. The back of the ship elevators don't go down to 5 or 6, and doesn't do 16. You have to go to the middle or the front elevators to get that. So, it took a little bit to, I thought I had it all. I knew how to get here to there to here. It took a while to figure it out.
So there's a joke that we always say in our family, and I don't know if you guys figured it out when we were joking about it. How do you know when you finally learned your way around the ship?
When it's time to get off.
When it's time to get off. I finally figured out where everything is, and it's been a great time, and now I have to get off the ship. Go Tigers had a question. It's only a certain amount. For right now, we have a promotion. It's because we were just on the ship. As travel agents, we're going to give you guys and work it so you guys can have some additional sailor loot when you go on board. And in doing so, we've got up to $300 sailor loot if you have a sea terrace or higher. That sailor loot comes at no additional cost, and it's a great way to again enjoy some of the things on the ship. Everyone who's already booked this past week has already taken advantage of the best promotions, and we've already got you guys in there. But you have to do a sea terrace. It cannot be an interior room where there's no windows, and it cannot be an ocean view, which just a window and there you can't walk out. So basically, sea terrace, you have an open balcony or larger. If you want to go to a Rockstar suite, we can take care of that. If you want to do a Rockstar suite, that's always a possibility as well.
Even if you don't book sea terrace above, you are always going to get an extra $100 for booking with us. And if you book into our group, there's an extra $100 for being in our group.
So are we confirmed that we still have the Travelmation for this month? Boy, they're just dragging it on. They keep telling. Have you guys seen The Princess Bride? So good night, Wesley. We'll most likely kill you in the morning. That's how it's been with us. As Travelmation being one of the larger groups that's working with Virgin Voyages. And by the way, did you know Susan was the top travel agent with Virgin Voyages for the last quarter of 2023 for Travelmation? For being such a larger group working with Virgin, they are giving us the opportunity to say, if you book with a Travelmation travel agent, we're going to give you an extra $100 sailor loot. Well, we've got that. We've got the 300. We've got other promotions going on right now with up to 80% off your second sailor. We're going to just stack them up and try to get you the best deal possible, which is why we're really wanting, if you guys are looking into this, to do it now. Hatbox Ghost, it's nice to put a face with people you say hi to on the streams.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I felt like I've known Tony for a very, very long time, and it's weird to think that we only met for the first time 2 weeks ago. But it doesn't seem like that's the case, especially because we get to see each other on the Zoom call every month for patrons. We get to talk with each other on the chats, and it's kind of weird. It's not like you're actually meeting them for the first time. But Pickle Shake, I believe you guys, the night before we got on the ship, were the very last ones to come to the hotel.
Right.
We all stayed in a hotel the night before so that we can make sure everybody's together. As a group, it's our job to make sure that everyone gets to where they need to go, make sure everyone's taken care of, and then we answer your questions so that nobody feels as though they're stressed out because they don't know what the next step is. And in that process, we always recommend if we can get a room the night before, we're going to get you guys into the area. We're going to do that again for the upcoming Royal Caribbean cruise in June. Everybody was there that Tuesday night. Finally, until Mr. and Mrs. Pickle Shake showed up. It wasn't their fault. That's just when their flight came in, right?
Yep.
What happened when you guys walked in?
Well, we got the biggest greeting, and everybody yelled pickle shake, and it was so fantastic. The group, like I said, other than meeting on Zoom a few times, we had never met personally. Everybody felt like they were a long lost family that we've known forever. Everybody got along well. I don't think there was any problems with anybody, unless it was me and nobody said anything. But it really was. It was such a great feeling. I mean, you just normally don't get in a group like that.
It was amazing that when I got into I was not one of the first ones to get into the hotel that night because I streamed that morning and we wanted to have some time into the parks before we drove down. I came in and the boys and I walked in, and from the back of the lobby, we heard the whole thing go, wow, big eruption of people. And the whole group was back there. It was really great. It was a great feeling. And I know there are people who on the outside look in and they see us, and I say not us, I'm talking Susan, myself, us as ear-to-ear magic as, well, they're just streamers and they just do this for this reason. And they don't really care about the people. They just want the views. They just want to get famous or whatever else. And I'll be honest with you, when you walk into the room and there's everybody there and you don't care about views, you don't care about any of that other stuff. It didn't matter. It was amazing feeling to know that these were our people. This was our community. And that's what it really came about to be. It was really great. And it was great to see all the people in here. I think with the people that we have on, it was just an amazing time. It really was. Jeannie has a question. What's that?
I just wanted to say, everybody was great the night we got there. But the next morning they were out for vengeance and killed Gretchen and I off first thing.
Werewolf.
That's very good. Yeah.
Michelle.
As Chris playing us against each other. Yeah.
We did kill a few people.
Yeah.
And that's an inside joke, but congratulations to all the werewolves out there.
You're welcome.
Bloodshed.
Gina wants to know, how long can you stay on shore when in Key West? We actually had breakfast that morning together, and then we took our time and we actually got back early. But I believe people were disembarking the ship at around the 8 o'clock hour at Key West, and we were leaving again at around the 4 o'clock hour, I believe. So you have a good amount of time there in the middle. You can do quite a bit if you'd like to do so. And for us, it was just, we took a quick little excursion with the group, but there was a lot of time if you're looking forward to take advantage of it. And let's see if I have any other questions in here as well. I've got a lot of stuff. I have even more stuff than I normally do when I'm running around in here. Let's see. Good question. Thank you, John. Do you have formal night on the cruise line like other cruise lines do? One formal night or two? You guys want to jump in? Who wants to jump in?
No. They just have Scarlet Night.
Scarlet Night, yep.
So now don't forget Pajama Night.
Oh, Pajama
Night too. But here's the thing. Do you guys remember what they did to people who didn't dress up in pajamas?
No. They threw them in the pool?
Yeah, they threw them in the no. What did they do to people who wear red?
Do anything.
What did they do to people who didn't wear red on Scarlet Night?
Nothing.
And it wasn't a requirement. You didn't have to do it.
No.
So I'm gonna change out people every once in a while here. So everybody can kind of pop in. The pajama night was fun. You could wear pajamas. You could not wear pajamas. It was also late at night. It didn't even start until 10:30 at night. So for those who stayed in late or slept in early, you didn't have to worry about it. So no, there's no requirements and stuff like that.
Nope.
What's that, Dylan?
I forgot who asked about Key West. It's really a very quaint little town.
There's a lot of stuff going on there, and there's a lot of history.
It is. It's quaint. It's educational, and there's a lot of roosters who are fearless.
Hey! You know, you don't have to call Kim names. It was fine. It was just. No, there's a lot of history there, and can I give a shout out to Alan, who is our trolley driver?
Oh, he was
I don't know if Alan's watching this or he watches.
Aaron.
I'm sorry. I knew it was Aaron. I said Aaron. I don't know what you got.
Aaron, that was awesome.
You need to get your eyes checked, everybody. I said Aaron.
You need to get your new prescription, Chris.
I made fun of him because we got on the bus, the trolley the first time. I was like, "It's Aaron." So Aaron actually is part of the crew, and I was floored when he said, "I love it when you guys do Animal Kingdom because we get to see the parts there, and not all the streamers do Animal Kingdom." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you watch the streams?" Yeah. I'm like, Dear Magic's made it to Key West. But thank you, Aaron. We had a great time. Don wants to know, can you bring your teenage grandkids on a Virgin Voyages cruise, or does the cruise line restrict to adult-only passengers? As long as your grandkids are 18 or older. My kids, I brought my two boys. One was 18, one is 20. My 16-year-old was not allowed on board. So as long as they're 18, you can bring them. But
Owen's going to have fun. When's Owen's birthday?
Owen is going to be turning 21 in December. So the next
we're going to be having some fun next.
I don't know. I gave him the Heineken 0.0. He took one sip and he gave it back to Mike and me. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Well, it's Heineken. Hello, it's Heineken.
Jill says, I wore shorts almost every single night as far as things are going. And yeah, there's no, even for like the nice steakhouses and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about dress code and stuff like that.
I was going to say bring a nice shirt at least, like a shirt.
Yeah, don't you know, you don't have to dress to the 9s, but you can dress to the 7:30s.
Yeah.
Susan wants me to remind you guys, and the reason we're doing this is because it breaks our hearts when people contact us the day after. The deadline for the additional $300 Sailor Loot is this Saturday. Okay. She's going to be working hard over the next couple of days to get everybody in. Your deposit has to be made by Saturday in order to get the extra 300. Now, if you're going, when you book through us, you get that extra 100 through the end of April. The extra 300 is only through Saturday. And if you book with us on our group cruise, it's an additional 100. So if you go on our group cruise next year, May 14th through the 18th, that is going to be, can we count it up together? Can we add it all together? 300, cha-ching, add another 100, cha-ching, another 100, cha-ching. You know what that means? That means that Lori gets all the Virgin Voyages shirts that she wants in the store. So
you play the slots,
or you can, if you're lucky. I was not lucky. So
you want the loot. You want the loot.
I know, right, Heidi?
I know, take advantage of the loot. And it would be great. Pam says that Owen can do the crawl. He can do some of the crawls and stuff like that. So Nova, you're not old enough for a group. You're not old enough for Virgin. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Pony puppy.
I'm sorry.
We saw dogs on the cruise.
Susan, assistants. You got to go get a treat. Go get a treat. She's like, oh, we're having a call. I want to be in it. If you guys join our Patron group, Nova comes in about halfway through and she says hello to everybody.
Yeah.
I think she just knows that when people are talking on the computer, she gets to come in about an hour into it. Thank you so much for everybody who's popping in. I know we got people popping in, people popping out. These are the people that got to hang out with us, got to experience things with us, and these are the people that we had fun with on the cruise. And I'm just grateful that they were willing to come in and to share some of their experiences as well. I got a question.
It's a very beautiful ship, and the crew was amazing.
I got a question for Mike, for Andrew. Do they have blackjack?
They do have blackjack. They have poker, blackjack, roulette, craps, and then all kinds of slot machines. So
I'm gonna say, you can't believe you brought up slots last.
Mike, didn't you play?
Do well
Didn't you play in WPT in the poker?
Okay, so for next cruise, whoever wants to make luck will just touch the machine.
Yeah, he's gonna bless it. No, wait a minute. I think it was it Kim who did a little bit of the World Poker?
Did you play in WPT?
I played in the evening cash game. It starts somewhere after 10 o'clock in the evening, and I did all right for the first hour or so, but then they spanked me and sent me home.
Kim, did they have a winner for the?
You know what's
tape for the
funny?
seat
You know
at
what's
the
funny
table?
about that though, Kim?
Yeah.
Same thing happened to George when he went to Dixie's show later that night.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, I'm sorry. It's Ear Magic After Dark. Leo does have a
After dark.
Leo had a question. What's included in the package? Is the hotel in Miami and plane ticket? Unfortunately not. The cost of what we have is really just to get on and off the ship. But the good thing, Leo, is there is a lot included when it comes to Virgin Voyages. When you book a Virgin Voyage cruise, you get all the food is included unless you want to do an upgrade. In certain restaurants, like for instance, in Razzle Dazzle, they had a seafood boil. If you wanted to pay extra, you could get that, but everything else on the menu is included. If you want to get the internet is free unless you want to buy the enhanced package. I made a mistake, guys, and I have to apologize to the channel. I should have upgraded when I first got on board, and I should have been able to do a great sharing of Scarlet Night. But when it's really rough that night, the basic package for Wi-Fi wasn't enough for me to stream. Now, for you to take pictures and upload, fine, but for me to stream on the channel, it wasn't enough. It was fairly inexpensive, though, to buy the upgraded and enhanced. But you most of everything's included. So you're not like on some ships where, if you want drinks, you want Coke, you want Diet Coke, yeah, that's going to be $12 a day. Oh, you want to go eat the sushi? Yeah, well, you're going to have to pay $30 to go eat in the sushi restaurant. We went and ate in some very nice restaurants, including Pink Agave. We didn't get to do Gumbe. Extra Virgin. We ate it twice. All of them were included. So we had some really good food. So you don't have to worry about that as well. So
yeah, Chris, and you paid for the internet with your loot money too. So
yeah.
And that was one of the mistakes that I made is that I didn't do this last time. And I should have done it from the very beginning. Thank you, Randy, for bringing it up. You can use your Sailor loot to pay for the upgraded internet. So that will work that as well. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I had a problem with their app. Everyone did. I had to keep like uninstalling it and reinstalling it and just so it would work.
Well, one of the things that didn't help, I will tell you this, is when we were there, they had a brand new version of the app come out the day we embarked. Not a good timing. They tweaked a few things in the app. For us, there were times where the internet went down. That was not the app. That was not Virgin Voyages. That was just happened to be a little bit of the weather.
Well, those storms didn't exactly help out.
So it was a little rough, but there was a lot of fun and things to do there as well.
Yeah.
As we kind of close out here tonight, we haven't really talked about food. Where are the foodies at?
Right here.
Who am I?
We all like food.
Everybody's the foodies. I'm gonna take a few of my foodie or non-foodies out for just a second. We're gonna focus on some foods. What was the best thing you ate when you ate here on the ship?
The wake clam chowder.
Wake.
Yeah.
The wake clam chowder.
That was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Hands down their favorite.
We had so many good things at Extra Virgin. And I don't know if you guys had it, but did you have the table side dessert with the gelato and the espresso poured over it? Oh my god!
No, we saw your video.
We watched.
Oh yeah, that's what Lori.
I should have sat over there with you guys.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, each individual component was delicious, but put it all together.
So MP says foodie here. Go Tigers, foodie here.
Yes.
If you are foodies, I'm going to tell you, this is a ship it's catered toward foodies. Why? There's no buffet. There's no buffet. And what I mean by buffet is we're going to prepare the largest pan full of meatloaf you've ever seen in your life, fill it out underneath some heat lamps. We're going to put a couple of big spoons out there, and we're going to let all the kiddies come along and grab the spoons and get as much meatloaf as they want. But wait, they didn't want that much meatloaf. Let's put some of it back. None of that. There are no buffets on Virgin Voyages.
Another great thing for the foodies too, if there's like 2 items you can't make up your mind about, go ahead and order both of them. Share them with a friend. I know now Gabe and Jill are also foodies. Like Gabe and I got we got what we wanted at the wake, and then we had some lamb chops that we had as well as what we had ordered with our regular meal and shared those. It was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. The other restaurants where they brought out all of the appetizers instead of you deciding which appetizer you wanted. They just brought you everything.
Yeah. I will tell you that because of the fact that we were doing a group cruise on Virgin Voyages, we call them circles. Why do they call them circles instead of groups? Because you guys all circle together. It's like one big kumbaya moment. Okay. That's what we did with this group. The Magic Cruiser circled up, and we took advantage of as much as we could off that ship. It was a great circle. There's a lot of advantages of it. One thing we could do that you guys might not see on other circles is the fact that your travel agent just happened to be on board with you. There are dedicated people on the ship that we as Travelmation travel agents can get in touch with and keep in communication with to make sure that the circle goes well. So there is an advantage to going in a group in a circle. One of them is that when you show up, we already had all of your dining reservations taken care of for you. You don't have to stress about it. One of the negative things that I've heard, guys, and this is just to be honest with you, a lot of people in the past have complained that it was really difficult to get reservations at restaurants. Now, Susan and I did not find that to be difficult when we traveled by ourselves, but there have been people who have complained about that. We got all of your reservations for you. It's a little harder because you've got so many people. One time, Kim and Lori had to dine by themselves over in the Extra Virgin, but then they had a really great dessert and obviously didn't share it with anybody else. So
we had a really nice waitress, and plus a lot of people came over to see us anyway. It was all good, and we
the great thing is, they were right there. I could throw the bread at them. When we went to Pink Agave, they didn't ask to take our order for appetizers. They just brought them all out. And if we wanted more, you just asked for more.
And we did. That guacamole was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Best, wasn't it? So I extra for a little extra. I got some extra street corn, too.
Oh, yeah.
You just simply ask for it. Pink Agave, everything on the menu but 2 things is gluten-free. And you know what? Of those 2 things, one of those can be catered to be gluten-free if you simply ask. When Susan and I dined there, we said, just bring it on.
Bring it.
Bring it. And that's what they did. We sat at a small 2-top table. We were side-to-side dishes. Everything on the menu was right there in front of us. Awesome. And I got the one thing that was not gluten-free, and so I could try it. We had the entire menu in front of us. A lot of stuff that's good there for foodies. But one thing, we ate at the Extra Virgin, which is the Italian. We went to Pink Agave, elevated Mexican. We went to the Wake, which is your seafood and elevated dining as well. Razzle Dazzle, which is considered to be your vegan forward. We did not dine at Gumbe, which we're going to do next time. I got to find a way to get you guys at Gumbe. Korean hot pot. And it's a lot of fun. The only reason we didn't do it is because all the circles and the tables, they only sit 6 people at any one. So we'd have to split everybody up. But we're just going to have to break down and do that for fun next time and have a little drinking game with it along the way. You know what you say when you get your drink? You pick your drink up and you go, Gumbe! And it was cool because we were watching somebody feed Phil tonight, and Susan got so excited because he was in Thailand. And he goes, what do you say when you have a drink? And she's like, Gumbe! And she's like, oh my gosh! I'm like, it's for real. Gumbe is a fun place to go. And the other place we didn't go for the real foodies, Test Kitchen. Test Kitchen is your foodies galore. It is your elevated long meal with a very crazy astronomical menu put together. We're gonna see if we can get some of our foodies there next time, and make the big things of it. Let's see. Terry asked a question. What if you don't? What happens if you don't use your phone on a cruise? You have twice as much fun. Nobody can touch you. No one communicates with you. You just have a good time. If you don't want to use your phone, it's fine. Most of the time, the only time we used our phones, for me as the creator, I was taking video and pictures a lot. I was trying to edit smiles on the Randy. That kept me busy. But if it wasn't for that, most of the time, you're just communicating inside the app with other people in your group. If you don't need it for a map, the only other time I think you'd really need it is just check for reservations, or if you just wanted to see what time the shows are going to be that night. You don't have to stay on your phone a lot. And because everything is used with your band, you purchase everything with your band, you enter your room with your band, you don't have to keep anything on your body. So if you want to put on that Speedo and go upstairs and jump in the pool, all you need is the band and the Speedo.
And Terry, they do have a printout of all of the day's shows. You can actually find them on different levels, on the different tables that they have throughout the ship. I was finding them, and I thought it was very interesting because they do update them daily. So you don't have to have your phone to see the show times and that, just so you know.
No, Haley brought up the fact that Owen used some of his sailor loot to take a plate. Is it plate, snap, eat, or something like that? Showed you how to plate and present food, take pictures of it, and then you got to eat it afterwards. They have little sidebar things and things like that you can use as well. Owen actually got to take advantage of that. He said he had a really good time. I told him, I said, hey, did you tell him that you work with a company called Ear to Ear Magic, and they have 44,000 followers over on Instagram, just to see if they would go, oh, okay, well, maybe you can show us how to take pictures of the food. He goes, no, I didn't do that. I'm like, it would have been fun. No clout, but it would have been funny if he had played around with that.
George.
I'm going to
before the boat.
Yeah.
Now I want to let some of our foodies out for just a second. I'm going to take our foodies out. I'm going to bring in some of our non-foodies. And Tony, Dylan. Now, Pickle Shake, you're kind of a foodie. You enjoy it, right?
New stuff on this cruise.
So, nice ship.
He's named after a food.
Well, I thought the food was named after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I still didn't get to try the pickle flavored jelly beans, and I really regret that.
I'm still got them sitting here.
So I know that you now Pickle Shake. You consider yourself a foodie?
Maybe halfway in between a foodie and a non-foodie.
Okay. So you're just more of a foo.
Yeah, foo.
Okay. Got it.
I've always been pretty particular about what I wanted to eat, but this time I got out of my comfort zone some. Had some sushi I'd never had before. I've never really eaten guacamole, never cared for it, but it was fabulous.
Caleb.
You've never. Who ate the most sushi, guys?
Caleb.
Caleb.
My son Caleb. I think he still has some underneath his pillow in the bedroom right now. He probably brought off the ship. I'm not changing the bed sheets. So Pickle Shake, what was the craziest thing that you tried and that you pushed yourself to try, and what did you think of it?
Well, I had the calamari, which I'd never tried, and actually I was surprised. It was really good. I didn't know what to expect, but it was almost like an onion ring, maybe just a little bit chewier.
Yeah,
but
it's like a chewy onion ring in a way.
Yeah, it was. And, I thought it was really good. In fact, I had more of them than I thought I was going to.
And is there something that you tried for the first time that you're like, you know what, I think I want to go back and try that again next time?
Well, the calamari, I'd like to do that again, and like to get a little bit more adventurous with the sushi. The ones I had were like the cucumber seaweed, I guess it was, and they were real good. I need to try try a little bit more maybe of the fish type next time.
What about you, Tony? I know you tried the sushi as well. That was your first foray. What is the craziest thing that you tried on for food this time?
To be honest with you, I don't know exactly what the craziest thing. I just kind of went right along. Yeah, at all the restaurants that we went to, steak was always some kind of steak was always an entree. I kept it simple and always went there. The entrees and the appetizers were it. I just tried to stay away from anything hot or spicy. And and then like I said, they brought out all the appetizers for our half of the table and that half of the table. So you just kind of picked and choose. I took pictures of all the highfalutin poofy food the first 2 nights that we were doing it, and I still, I mean, I can look at the picture and I have no idea what this stuff is. I'd have to look at the menu. But so, I did try it.
He did. And I know we're talking about food, but while I've got you on here, tell us about having to call for help while you when you fell into your hammock one day.
Yeah, I sent out the SOS on our chat thing because I got. To be honest with you, I didn't think the hammock was going to be for me. It's going to be something for little people and all this, but they do a great job. They have it anchored into the roof on the patio deck there, and it's kind of offset. And then I just kind of tried sitting in it the first day, and then I tried spreading it out, and I'm like, well, yeah, this is kind of neat just to just sit in it. And then by the second day, I finally figured out, well, here, let's go for the whole entire thing. Put the legs out, spread it all the way out, so that you're actually laying in the hammock, and that was it. I didn't want to get out. That night, I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to get out, but I didn't want to get out.
I thought you were going to stay there forever. Just bring me some food.
Yeah.
And Dylan, I know that you're not a huge foodie. You tried some things.
I'm picky.
What was the craziest thing you tried on the cruise?
The craziest?
Yeah.
They had. It was right next to the burger bar or the burger grill, and in between where you can get like breakfast all day, where they have like a set, like every night they had like beef stew or I don't know, fish or whatever. They had some kind of teriyaki beef or something like that.
I missed that one.
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was very flavorful. It was really good. That's about as brave as I could get because I really couldn't. I was kind of over the food. So I had like eggs almost every night or every day. And I had a salad almost every day. But there's fresh fruits for people who want fruit. Right next to the sweets, you can get fresh fruit, pineapple, cantaloupe, melon, watermelon. There's oranges or apples as you walk out by the soda.
Which are, by the way, they're there so that you can take them back to the rooms and enjoy fresh fruit anytime you want in the rooms.
Yeah.
Those whole areas were actually made so that you had none of these plastic plates and stuff like that. We're talking Tupperware style containers that had different types of food plus fruit you could take back to your room, keep in your fridge, and nom nom on it later. When they cleaned your room out, they would take those containers back to the kitchen to wash them out. No waste, no trash. Very well. They're very good about stuff like that.
I was able to get my bananas every day, so I wouldn't get the whatever you call it in your calf, the Charlie horses.
Yeah, it helps you out with a little bit of extra
and
potassium.
those fries were the bomb.
I had to get, you know what? I went to go get fries the very last night. This is the only time on the ship that I got food and sat there, and it was quiet on the ship. Even the crew, even you guys, the Magic Cruisers, had all kind of retired for the night. I'm like, wow, this is quiet. So I sat there and I got fries for the first time. As I was sitting there, I had a couple walk up to me, and the gentleman leaned in and he goes, "This is what he did." He goes, "Wanted to let you know your wife or my wife really enjoys watching the live streams." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" You guys, you're on the ship, and I talked to them for a while. They were from the Carolinas. I think she was a teacher. He may have also been a teacher. They had a 5-year-old who was staying with grandparents, and they had just booked the trip 2 weeks before. And my first thought was, why didn't you call us? We could have gotten you some extra bundles. You could have bought a little ship like Tony has, or you could have gotten a free spa or something like that with Jackie. I was like, I can't do that. I can't, they're on the ship. I'm not going to make them feel bad, but I'm like, call us, guys. We'll help you out. But I got past that. I'm like, these are people who, like us, who are just, enjoying the ship.
Yeah.
And it was such a pleasure to sit there and talk with them for a bit. And I'm sitting there enjoying my fries going, you know what? This is, it's amazing that I have the potential to meet friends no matter where we go. Simply because you guys make it possible for us to share things out and make this ear-to-ear magic thing something that some people can watch. It was a pleasure to meet people. But hang on. I just remembered something, guys. I got to put somebody else on real quick.
Chris, one night, wasn't it? You guys were up at the galley and stuff, and wasn't like almost all of the crew was there, just chilling?
Yeah, we at least 2 of the nights we're all. I mean, before we all went to bed. That's why you need to know where the galley is. Everybody would convene and get together. I would often look for Dean and Nick there first if nobody else was there. But it was just like the base. It was like home base to catch everybody. Real quick though, I just remembered something. I gotta put Mike on the spot. Mike was the one who put this on. Here we go, Mike. You ready? Dude, for breakfast, this guy comes back to the table with a French toast bistro burger. What was that?
That was
there you go, Leo.
That was the breakfast of champions. That was really, really good. Honestly, it hit both sides of it, but you also forgot it had maple glazed bacon on it as well. So 2 slices of thick French toast, a nice burger patty, scrambled eggs, cheese, and maple glazed bacon. Oh, that hit the spot that morning. I'm not gonna lie. So
I wanted to try it, and the only time I had the chance to was the very last morning, and I just couldn't bring myself to eat that much and then get right off the ship. But I'm like, that looks so good. A question for you guys. Greg wanted to know: was there any? So there's no problem eating in your cabins or room?
No, not at all. We actually got a couple pizzas from the pizza joint there and took them back to our room and sat kind of on the deck and even inside the stateroom. So there's no issue at all. The nice thing is you can set the boxes right out the room, or you can just hit your button there and they'll come and remove the boxes and everything right away. So no problem.
I'm gonna bring Kim and Lori back in as well. And where is Randy and Heidi? Other questions? Do the food and drink places close at a set time?
I don't think so.
No.
The quick eats stay open 24, don't they?
So this is a yes and no scenario. The restaurants that are open for dinner do close at a certain night. Those are your main restaurant areas. But the galley is set to be open 24. Well, it's not 7. We were on a 5-day cruise. So 24/5. 24/5. And at nighttime, they set up a little breakfast bar with different foods. Then they have the burger bar, and then they have a dessert bar. And they keep the juices and drinks and sodas open. So if you wake up at 3 a.m. and you want to go get something, you can go get it. For me, I had tomatoes and hash browns quite often. And it's very much, I could not bring myself to do the barbecue beans, because it's very much a British breakfast, the tomatoes and the beans. But I got those quite often. I was very disturbed to tell that I didn't tell Susan this. They did not have the sweet potato hash browns. They took them off the menu. When I asked one of the people about it, they were like, "Oh no, we don't have those anymore." I'm like, "What happened?" Because those were so good. But they have this breakfast that's all available in the galley at any time of the night. In the very morning, when you first get started, that's when the fruit is available at the bento box. And then at lunchtime, it's sushi for the rest of the day. Additional things, you had your street tacos. You had your noodles, such as one of my favorites was the Thai curry soup noodles, which was excellent. And they also had a spicy and a non-spicy katsuko, which was really nice. And you have your different type of, like I said, street tacos as well. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff that really is going to, Owen has said, has really set the bar high for Royal Caribbean's group cruise in June for that. So let me see if I have any other questions real quick, because I don't want to miss anything. Jill says that the egg Benedicts in the galley were so good. Those were good. Lori says the chorizo breakfast burrito was delish.
Oh, yeah.
Gluten-free bagels in the pizza place. Susan can get any of the pizzas made with gluten-free crust. Danny wanted to know, were there any or many plant-based options? They do have them. And especially in Razzle Dazzle. So, so it's very much a vegan forward restaurant. They do have some sneaky meat stuff in there as well. But you can get that as well. Yes, Leo, I'm serious. Sweet potato hash browns. Never in my life have I ever encountered sweet potato hash browns. We had them so many times in August. Maybe that's what happened to my retina.
Okay.
Possible.
I had several stops at the ice cream place, so I'm not gonna lie.
Does anyone feel comfortable enough with the crew to admit whether or not they got a tattoo?
I didn't.
No.
A minimum cost is $350 for the smallest tattoo. There's a lot of fun to say you got one on board, but it may not necessarily be the best use of your credits or money if you're looking for it. You do have to book it. And also think about it. If you get a tattoo, you cannot get it wet. So it's basically saying, I'm not going to get in the ocean or the pool at Bimini. But you can do it.
They do have a piercing too, but unfortunately the disinfecting machines were down. So I did ask about piercing. So
okay.
But they said they couldn't do them that. Yeah. But with the way the ship was rocking, I wasn't getting one.
Hang on, we're just going to pierce this. Okay. The second one was for free. Terry, can you get made to order omelets? Yes, they did actually have an omelet bar for breakfast. You can choose exactly. They even had a little display there of like 5 or 6 different versions of different things you can choose. Avocado toast, lots of crazy things. Pam wants to know, were there any higher end wines available? Higher end wines, they had higher end drinks. They did have, the last night I had a bar tab left over and I was not going to use it. And I'm like, I cannot believe we did not use this more often. I am embarrassed to say that I did a terrible job at using our bar tab. It went to waste. I actually was looking for people to buy drinks at the end of the night. But I was by myself Saturday going, who wants a drink? So I walked up and I tried to I found a $357 scotch, one pour, $357. If you are someone who enjoys $357 scotches, call me. We can be friends. But it was crazy, but they do have them. Hatbox goes on cruises. I have to stop and get ice cream every day. Hatbox goes, I'm sorry, that is not frequent enough. We're going to have to up your game. On the Virgin Voyages, let me just say something. If you go on Disney Cruise Line, love Disney Cruise Line. If you go on Royal Caribbean, love Royal Caribbean. It's not ice cream. That's soft serve.
Yeah.
That is soft serve. Okay. We're talking real scooped ice cream. Lick
And the
Me Till Ice Cream. Yes, I said that. That's the name of the ice cream shop on Virgin Voyages. Lick Me Till Ice Cream. They have 5 different versions or 5 different flavors, and sometimes they'll change out a new one. You can choose vanilla, the second vanilla. There's a different kind of vanilla, or red
I had
velvet.
brown butter. It was delicious.
What's that? Which one?
I had brown butter. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was like
They
butter
had brown
pecan.
butter. They had key lime pie. They had
Mine was really good.
Cappuccino chip.
yes,
was
they
delicious.
had a blackberry
was
one.
good.
Espresso chip.
And we're talking ice cream. None of
Real
that
ice
soft
cream.
serve stuff.
Butter
So,
pecan was good.
so
Real
yes,
ice
you got to Hatbox Ghost, and if there's only once per day. And Pam, what do you want us to call you? I just want you to call us when you're ready to book your trip. That's all I want you to call me. The ice cream was really good. So some of the different places, Lick Me Till Ice Cream, the pizza place, were all available. The galley, there's food available. And one thing we didn't talk about a lot, we got to do. I'm going to keep switching you guys out. I wish I could put everybody up on screen. And let's see, who can we switch out? Put Tony back up here. The Social Club. The Social Club is just a little bitty lounge where they have live music there. They have a little menu, and you can just put the little flag up on the table. Some person from Virgin Voyages come over and they say, "What would you like?" And you just look at them and smile and go, "Everything. Bring me everything." And then when that's done, bring me 2 more things of that shrimp because it is delicious. I am embarrassed to say that I had 4 plates of that skewered shrimp. It was delectable.
Embarrassed. It was good.
It was amazing. And then they had Greek hour. When they got to the Greek hour, the menu changed. Baklava, Z sauce, lamb skewers, all kinds of cool stuff. And when you get to the back of the ship in that same social area club, they have a juice bar. You can get fresh squeezed tangerine juice. I left the ship. I gave back free bar tab, and I could have gotten so many more of those little fresh squeezed tangerines under my bar tab. Mike, I could have just bought all those little bitty shots, those little health shots at $5 each. I could have just said, bring me all the health shots. I'm taking them with me. So many things you can utilize and take advantage of, but there's just a lot of fun and things to do. So it can be really crazy sometimes, but I think, welcome in, Josh. Josh just says, aloha from Lake Buena Vista. Josh made it in. Gabe also is coming in from the Mountain Time later today as well. So what I'd like to do is, as we wrap up today, I felt like, again, we have so much to talk about and so much to share. I'm going to go around to everybody, okay? We're going to put everybody up on the screen and let you guys have your final thoughts. If anybody has questions for any of them. Tangerine mimosas. Where were you, Pam, 2 weeks ago? Tangerine mimosas. Ooh, that sounds good. So if you guys have questions for anybody, please put them in the chat. And I want to say thank you again to everybody who's on with us tonight. And we're just going to go round table and let you guys kind of have your final thoughts. Tell me again, what you enjoyed about Virgin Voyages, if you would recommend it to someone else, and what do you think about getting ready for next year's group cruise. So I'm going to start with you, Tony. You brought your boys with you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet those 2 young men. I had several meals with them, even without anybody else in the crew, and they were a joy to get to meet before the cruise and during. So what do you say? You've been on the ship now. You've been preparing for this since last summer. Where did you leave yourself as you walked off the ship this time?
Well, I want to give a special shout out. You mentioned them earlier, and I think Pam may even have them watching this, or at least on the replay. But I absolutely, from somebody who's been in the business for 25 years, I appreciated the first class job that Aaron did as a bus driver, doing the trolley tour, and with all of his knowledge, and you better believe I'm sitting right in behind him, and I'm watching him. He's got his eyes on both of his mirrors at all times, watching, getting everything done, pulling in perfect. Fantastic job. Fantastic bus company down there. I really appreciated that.
So he did an amazing job, and I think he went above and beyond.
Absolutely.
And he made sure that Kim got to the southernmost point, and he made sure Kim got back away from the southernmost point. And he did such a great job. And the fact that he watches our live streams, I am honored to know that he is part of the crew. And we get to spend time with him in the future as well. So thank you to Aaron. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Rat, for spending some additional time with us on Key West. So you going to do it again, Tony?
Oh, absolutely. 406 days away.
Already got it. Already got your countdown ready to go. All right. Thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate it. I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna go around round table here. Dylan, I'm gonna bring you in.
Thank you.
You were nervous. I know, because you had lots and lots of questions before you got on the ship. And then when you get on the ship, we can't find Dylan. Where's Dylan? Dylan's running off and doing whatever Dylan wants to do. And the whole time I'm thinking, I think Dylan feels good on the ship. So I hope you had a good time. I think you had a good time. What do you want to leave tonight with everybody as far as Virgin Voyages is concerned?
If anyone is nervous about Virgin, or like I said, like I did in the beginning, oh, it's an X-rated cruise, you're going to see. You're not. It is very inclusive for the LGBT community, very inclusive. It's fun. It's a beautiful ship. The crew is amazing. I've never seen, even on Disney, they beat out Disney. These crew members are amazing. They're polite. They're at your beck and service. Please, I know the tips are included. If you think they are being above and beyond, tip them a little bit more. They deserve it, especially the room stewards.
Yes.
The captain is amazing. He's very nice. I bumped into him. I took behind the scenes tour of the ship. So I was everywhere. I was up on the bridge and downstairs. And we actually bumped into the captain. Very nice guy. Everyone, it's fun. The entertainment is amazing. There are bands and singers like at every part of the ship, in every bar. You can actually go up and talk to them. Dixie Crystals, who was the drag queen, and she is the most amazing entertainer I've ever seen. Yeah.
Every Happenings crew member has a title to them, and Dixie Crystals is the diva.
Yeah, and her voice is amazing. She's amazing. Even when we had to do another day at sea for the second time because we ran into some storms. There was music. They kind of put together, music and bands and stuff for us to do. And yes, the captain gave everybody free champagne for the whole time. So I'm like,
free champagne, free bubbles.
A bunch of drunk idiots. That's just what we need.
Inebriated fun, but no, it was still good, even though we weren't able to get on Bimini that day. So, well, I gotta say, I was.
Thank you, and Susan for letting me join you and saying you need to do this cruise and stuff. I'm doing it next year. It's a beautiful ship. Everyone is amazing, and being with the crew is amazing. Like Pickle Shake said, it's like we got to see and meet each other in person instead of on a Zoom call. So, and it was fun being together and stuff. So I had a blast. And thank you
so
again.
much for joining us. We're looking forward to you coming with us again next year.
I can't wait.
I'm going to say, as we always say, and I know some people think this is just rhetoric. It's not about the numbers. It's about the people. Honestly and truly, a cruise like this really emphasizes just how important connections are, and the fact that you are not alone on the ship, and being to have everybody on there was just an amazing time. And Randy and Heidi, first-time cruisers. We have some first-time cruisers coming with us in June for Royal Caribbean. We have first-time cruisers who will be joining us next year on the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm seeing these lights and I'm Guardians of the Galaxy. No, on the Virgin Voyages next year in May 2025. These guys got on the ship for the first time. You guys realize when you get on the Allure of the Seas with us in June, you will be experienced cruisers?
Somewhat, yeah.
You're going to be our veterans. You're going to be in charge of helping all those who are cruising for the very first time make their way, and you're going to make sure that they are welcomed, that they are taken care of, and that it's our job to make sure that their vacation is stress-free. And it was a pleasure helping you guys out. And the fact that you had a great time and doing it again, I love it. So what do you guys say? What do you want to say to the crew? This is your moment.
Same thing. Tony and Dee touched on both of them. The service and the way they treat you on that cruise ship was amazing. I mean, some of those people met us for the first time, and we'd see them 2 days later, and they knew our names.
Yeah,
would say hi and come up and hug you and everything
make you feel
else.
like $1 million.
Go above and beyond, and make sure you tip them more. Even though it's included, we had to tip so many people because everybody was so amazing. But
I would say if you're on the fence, then you should definitely just go for the experience of going with the group, because I have to say that if Randy and I had done a cruise and we had missed the Bimini day, it probably would have been one of the most disappointing experiences we probably had. But we literally got up, saw us backing into Bimini, and then we realized, well, we're not going to Bimini. We're heading back out to sea. And we're like, oh, well. And then we're just messaging everybody like, well, what are we doing now? And we had the best day. Like, you didn't even care you missed Bimini because of the fact that you had the whole crew to hang out with. And it was just more time for all of us to have fun. And I don't know. I have to say that because I still say it to people at my work, like, we missed Bimini, and they're like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, no, it didn't. It was totally great. I mean, we had a great time. We even ran into guys who were playing beer pong, and Dylan got to do a celebrity shot, and so did I.
Celebrity shots.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just a blast to be on the boat with all those people, and the crew, our crew, you guys are just amazing. Randy and I now have fear of missing out on everything, so that's why we're here, and that's why we're so involved, and we are always trying to get more people, because we've missed out for so long, and we really feel like we're living our life now. So,
and not to put anything bad against the ships, but with coming with this crew, we could have been on the worst ship in the world. So it wouldn't have mattered. So.
Thank you guys so much. You added a lot to the cruise, and we were so glad you guys could be a part of it. So, thank you for letting us be a part of your cruise. So, hey, we're going to be on the Allure of the Seas in only 2.5 months. So, looking forward to it. And an awesome segue into that. Who else is going to be on that? It's going to be the Pickle Shakes. The Pickle Shakes are going to be on the cruise as well. Somebody asked earlier, where is the Mrs. Pickle Shake?
Well, she was at choir practice, and now she's in fixing me some dinner, I think. But
oh, okay.
Just one blip.
Now that we're talking about all the food on the cruise ship, did you have to go back home and go, oh wow, look what we're having tonight? This is okay. That's
great. Let's just say she takes care of me.
She does. I'm sure she does. But I think it was a pleasure to spend some time with you guys. Like I said, the way that our community works, I don't feel as though we're meeting for the first time. And it was great. And are you excited about Royal Caribbean?
Oh, yeah, definitely. In fact, I wanted to tell Heidi that I contacted Royal Caribbean, and they're going to give you a cabin that's twice the size so you can get all your luggage in there.
Oh, that's funny. You should have made that joke on April Fool's Day. Because we all know there's no such size suite on the lure.
But yeah, we really had a great time. And once again, want to give a shout out to Aaron and for getting a trolley through all the traffic in Key West. That wouldn't be an easy thing to do. He was an excellent driver. And also to Pam and Zim for showing us such a fantastic day there. Really appreciate that.
We are at this point now, 86 more days. Pickle Shake Terry is going to be joining us on our cruise. So we get to meet and hang out with Terry and some of the other people who will be there. So looking forward to some others. One last thing. What was it like to have the chair on the trolley? Somebody wanted to know, what's the story with the chair?
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah. Pam set me up a creepy blue chair and put my likeness on the chair and right up front with the driver, and got to go through Key West like that, and almost blew out of the trolley.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a big sign on the trolley that says, please do not stand up on the trolley for the safety of everybody. Tony had to jump up and risk life, limb, and right there in front of his own children, lose his life. But he jumped up and grabbed the items that were going out the window. So he was our hero.
Yeah, Tony saved my life.
So thank you so much, Pickle Shake. Please do us a big favor and let Mrs. Pickle Shake know that we missed her tonight, and we look forward to seeing you guys again in just less than 90 days.
We'll do that.
So thank you guys so much. And you guys were a joy to come on, and I was worried because, you know, Carl Fredrickson's grumpier cousin does not exactly precede a great reputation ahead of time. So I didn't find you to be grumpy at all, sir. You seem to have a great time on the cruise.
Well, Lori told me I had to be on my best behavior. So.
Well, I think you went above and beyond. I think you did.
I tried.
Well, I just wanted to add too, if anybody, you know, because he has had the mobility issues lately, you know, that was a worry. And Susan, thank you so much. I mean, handled everything. We had the scooter was in our cabin right when we got there. And when we boarded the ship, they actually took us right away via chair. So I didn't have to get him all the way up to the 11th deck to, you know, actually get the scooter. And that was just also a very positive experience. We didn't have any trouble at all. And also, again, to Aaron and Pam, and shout out for that experience as well. Just, he was very much included, and it was great. And that's the whole thing about this group, is we're just truly among friends everywhere we went.
Yeah. It was a great time. I want you guys to know, Oh Missy just popped into the chat tonight. Oh Missy's going to be joining us. Her and FM Ever After on the next cruise for Virgin Voyages. And they won our prize package. Their name was randomly chosen from all those who booked last week. And that means just less stuff they have to use their sailor loot on, because we already bought their beach towels. Right. So looking forward to having you guys join us. Any last words to the crew tonight?
Just if anybody finds himself in a position where they do need a scooter or a wheelchair, it's not hard to navigate on the ship. It's easy to get through the doors and onto the elevator. The worst problem you'd have with a scooter is which way do you back it up when you come out, so you don't have to turn around to go down the hall.
But I can say your incidents of little kids stealing your scooter while you were on the ship was 0.
Right.
So, Thank you guys so much for your time
Thank
tonight,
you,
coming on and
guys.
sharing the questions. And I hope that if anybody else has any other questions as we get ready to move forward, you guys can come in and help. You now are experts when it comes to Virgin Voyages. We will be creating a new Facebook page for next year's group cruise, and we will be making sure everybody is prepared and ready to go. So we'll be getting into and chatting with you guys off to the side in preparation for the next one as well. So
that's really helpful. That's another thing for people who are going to be new to the group on that cruise. That's part of what went so smooth before, because we were chatting ahead of time and getting to know each other, so that when we saw each other for the first time, it was just instant family. So I
have some bad news. Can I share the bad news, Susan? In preparation for 2025, we're getting ready, and we're going to be preparing a new Facebook page, and we're going to getting everybody ready for our next group cruise for Virgin Voyages. In preparation for that, we will have to dismantle
this one.
We're gonna recycle the 2024 and move it into the 2025 group. That just means if you're booked on next year's group cruise, you're just going to be brought back into the party. So it's just going to become better. So let you guys know we will be revamping that. So again, thank you, Kim and Lori, so much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
and
because we're still in contact even after the cruise. We're still checking on each other. It's
even after this point. So
yeah,
we'll just continue to do that as well. Can I tell you something though? As far as meeting people and keeping up, and when we first walked into the hotel, I got to tell you guys, it was a pleasure to see everybody. But nobody had a bigger grin on their face than Jackie. Jackie, she made my evening at the hotel the night before, because she came up and she gave me this big hug, and it was wonderful. It was such a pleasure to have you on this ship. And you know what Jackie kept telling me? Jackie was not only the ambassador of all spa services for this ship, but Jackie also kept it truthful. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. And she just kept it all out honest. She told me and several other people several times throughout the course of the entire cruise, the cruise is okay, but I didn't come for the cruise. I came for the people. So I really didn't care if the cruise was, what happens with the cruise. It's really to hang out with this group of people. There was a lot of truth to that. And something about having everybody there was really great. And thank you, Jackie, so much for being a part of it. So
thank you.
Last words. What do you want to tell people who are watching? If they're watching live tonight, or maybe they're going to come back and watch this later and going, what is this group? Why are they talking about? All they want to do is get people on a Virgin Voyages cruise ship. What do you have to say about people who may be thinking about it?
I had a blast, and I'm going again next year because I had so much fun with these people. And like I kept saying in the streams, I didn't come for the cruise. I came for the people. I was very nervous because I came by myself. So I was very nervous about going, but I'm so glad I did it because I had a great time and I met some new friends, and everybody was amazing that we hung out with. And I even met a lot of people all over the ship. Everybody was wonderful. So if you're thinking about it, do it, because we had a blast. That's all I can say.
At the end of the cruise, and we always talk about this, when you're on a cruise ship, if you can rebook for any future cruises while you're on the ship, you're going to get the best deals, because that's how they keep people into the mix and the enjoyment of it. But it really does come down to the best deals. Those who were on this year's cruise who booked for next year's while we're on the ship will get the best deal. And I tell you what, it was really crazy to be there at Get Lost. Get Lost is what they call the little area there where you can book future cruises while you're on their ship, the Scarlet Lady. We dominated Get Lost for about half an hour. The entire crew came in, and I've never been a part of something like this before, but everybody goes, we already know what we're going to do. Sign me up. Everybody walked in. They walked up to the people and the agents working for Virgin Voyages. And you know what? A vast majority of people just said, book me in the same room. I want the same room. Give me the same room. Let's just keep this thing going. I already know where I'm going to go.
I got the same room. I loved my cabin. It was beautiful.
It was. And so here's the thing to think about. We are 406 days away from our group cruise and for next year for Virgin Voyages. We already have twice as many people we already have twice as many people cruising with us in May of next year than we had on our cruise 2 weeks ago. And we still have 400 days. So
Wow.
there is plenty of room for people at the table. And we encourage you, if you're watching, if you want to make those connections, we will not let you get on the ship without giving you plenty of opportunity to make those connections, to meet those friends. We don't want anyone to show up the first day and realize that they are uncomfortable because they're not sure why they showed up. We want you guys to show up and go, you know what? I've been dying to get here because I want to see these people and I want to spend time with these people. We're looking forward to it. So, Jackie, thank you so much for making our cruise so bright. And
thank you. Thank you for having the cruise and having me come.
And
thank you for all you did.
I do have to apologize that on that Wednesday morning, I do apologize that both Michelle and Jill killed you and everybody else in the village. I'm so sorry. It's probably not the best way to start off a group cruise, but
it was still fun. We still had fun.
We had a great time. So, Jackie, thank you so very much. Speaking of our savage killers, I'm going to bring in Mike and Michelle.
Sorry, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. I know. I can't believe I did that. Looking back, I'm like, that was probably not the best way to start the cruise off, huh? Would it? But we had fun. It was a way to get you guys to start thinking about as a group and how to work together as a group. And the whole time, Jill and Michelle were like, I'm just going to kill them all. So we'll have to tell you guys, everybody outside the group, the inside joke and what we did and how we had a fun time doing it. But I was really, and I told Michelle and Mike this on the cruise. I said, you know what? I really, really, really wanted to find a way to encourage you guys to come on this ship, to be with us on this cruise, but I didn't want to be pushy. I was in a spot where, I mean, we are the travel agent. So it's sort of a, why are you messing with me? Why are you harping me? Leave me alone. I don't want to go, you know? But I was hoping you guys would go. And then when you signed up, I was like, then it changed to, I hope to have a good time. This is the first time you guys want to ship. I hope you have a good time. Yep. And then he goes and shows up on his birthday and just like lucky, Mr. Lucky all day long. Dude just wipes it out the whole day. It's like one of the best birthdays, and it wasn't even my birthday. And we had a great time, and we're glad that you guys were part of it. What do you guys say to think of anyone who's thinking about it? They've never cruised. What would you say?
If you've never cruised, and I would say sign up, do it with a group. It was great to do it as a group as a first timer. Never, like I told Chris prior, we're virgin sailors, so this was a great time to do it right now if you're with a group. Like with Jackie and Dylan, they were by themselves. They're not really by themselves. They had us, so we all were together. So I would suggest that.
Yeah, I mean, I've traveled a lot all over the world, but never done a cruise. I'm so thankful you gave us the opportunity to be able to book the cruise through you guys, and the camaraderie that was had with everyone. Certainly that's what made the cruise even more fun than even some of the destinational points. But, you know, the trolley ride, just everything in general was just so much fun. I mean, obviously, like we talked about at the top of the show point, you know, we already rebooked again to go again this week, and then we've rebooked already for next year's cruise. So, I mean, if you're thinking about it, I'm telling you, just do it. There is so much to do, so fun, so much to see. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you want to relax, you can relax. If you want to have a fun style atmosphere, Virgin certainly has all of that included in their cruise for you. So don't hesitate. Just do it. You know what? You only live once. And let me tell you, it is a perfect opportunity to kind of kick back and relax a little bit. You know, if you've got...
You want to hang in that hammock all day?
Yeah. I mean,
that was probably one of my biggest regrets is I did not have enough hammock time.
Yeah.
I didn't have the hammock time.
I had to laugh, you know. I was sitting in the hammock while the heavy thunderstorms were coming through on the day of Bimini and watching the lightning strike and hearing the thunder, and I just about went to sleep because that'll like lay me right out.
I would have. I mean, I actually almost missed two. I overslept one morning and didn't have breakfast with you guys one morning because I was worried about you. I stayed up way too late the night before working on content and trying to get stuff ready for social media, and I stayed up way too late. And then one day when we were having dinner at Pink Agave, I simply sat down on the couch to try to get some stuff done on Instagram. And the next thing I know, Owen was banging on the door going, "Dad, are you in there?" And I realized that I had literally just fell over. I conked out. I did not in any way. It was kind of weird. But I did exactly that. I just kind of and just fell asleep. Because the thing is, on Virgin Voyages, you can actually ask them to take your bed and make it into a couch. And so I wasn't sitting on the bed; I was sitting on a couch, and I guess I just fell over and fell asleep on the couch. And but it was even though you have so much fun, you often have to find times to just kind of, you know what, you got to relax a little bit too, and you can do that. So, well, thank you guys so much for being a part. We appreciate you guys being on the cruise, making it such an amazing success. And it wasn't for anything other than the reason that the people on the cruise had a good time.
Yeah. And I we all talked about the camaraderie with everyone. It really was. I know he's not on here tonight, but I just also want to shout out George. Thank you for these little, I call them mementos for our cruise ship, right?
Yes. I still have mine in my bag.
Yeah,
and to Liberty made these all for us too.
Thank you.
So thank you
very, very much. There you go.
Yes.
Yep.
This one's going on my next cruise. So I'm going to take pictures all over with it, Liberty.
Yeah.
So she has them.
And Randy and Heidi, thank you for the door.
Our door hanger. Yep.
That is sitting. It's on our refrigerator. So for our little memento point, just thank you. Again, thank you to everyone on the cruise. Everyone that came along.
We have Jill has been in the chat. Jill and Gabe were not able to come onto the screen tonight, but they hung out with us, and that was their second cruise ever. Was with us, and this is also something else that George created. Let me show you what this is so cool about, though. You guys ready for this? I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll see. Does it turn on with the light? Hey, could someone grab the light for me? Oh, I guess I turn it on. I don't know if the light will turn on or not. Can somebody grab the light for me?
Yeah.
Let's see if it will come through or not. I don't know. It doesn't really show up, but it's actually George. Let's see if I can do it this way. George actually took the cover from our Facebook group page and he made it into a lithograph. So it's a 3D lithograph. So you can actually see it, and it's right from our Facebook page. These are just great little mementos. Thank you, George, for all of those. And it's just something we can remember. It's a great souvenir. I
was going to say just one more thing. If you're thinking about going on a cruise, especially, I know it was my birthday when we went on the cruise. Let me tell you, Virgin Voyage actually took the opportunity to, emailed me and wished me a happy birthday. And secondly, they sent a bottle of champagne to the room for the birthday. So I shout out to them. Thank you for thinking of me during the birthday and for.
You didn't mention that at all.
Oh.
I didn't get any. I was drinking Coke all day long.
I'm not going to lie. I drank the whole bottle of champagne while sitting in the hammock.
Wow.
Didn't.
Now we know why you slept in the hammock.
But also I better see Frank and Amber on this one.
My brother and sister-in-law. Yep, they need to get on. There you go.
We saw Tony's ship earlier, and this is Caleb's that he got of the Scarlet Lady. So again, thank you guys. We appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing of your next Virgin Voyages coming up very, very soon. So that's awesome. Well, I'm going to remind everybody as we wrap up tonight. You do not have to do the group cruise. We understand that it's not always the right time, the right place. Not everybody wants to do it as a group. Sometimes you want it more laid back and you don't want to have to worry about having to have dinner with the large group and stuff. But we do want to ask that if you are interested in going on Virgin Voyages here in the next year and a half, we would love to extend additional perks to you by booking through us as Travel Mason Travel. That is an included $100 sailor loot that will be added to your tab to use on board ship simply for booking through us at Travelmation. 2, if you can get us a email and have it booked with a deposit by Saturday, an additional $300. And if you do happen to say that you want to join us for the group cruise, for that specific sailing, we can do an additional 100. So that really makes a big difference. So you want to do 2 cruises, one on your own to celebrate anniversary, another with the group. We can do both, and we can just make sure that all the credits go on there. Lots of stuff we're going to take care of, and we always want to make sure that you guys have a good time. Thank you to everyone who came on the group cruise. I don't know if you realize, guys, it is live streaming is fun. Live streaming does not pay the bills. We're not walking around with Gucci bags and things like that. We enjoy the community. We enjoy doing what we do and sharing things with travel. But when you guys book all and any of your travel with us, it does make a difference as being travel agents. That's what you do to support our family. Susan, she's even got on her Virgin Voyages shirt on here tonight as well. Pop in. We want you guys to know that we appreciate you guys allowing us to be a part of your vacations. And it doesn't have to be just Virgin Voyages. I know a lot of people watch us and go, well, they do Disney. We do a lot more than just Disney. We can do a lot. So I would love if you guys have any sense of, I want to go do a travel. It doesn't matter if it's Virgin, Universal. If it doesn't matter if you want to go on a major group tour or cruise in another country, any of those kinds of things. Thank you so much for reaching out and simply sending us an email and letting us be a part of it. It makes a huge difference, and we appreciate you guys' support. As always, I don't know if I've got it on here. It's a completely different thing here on this screen. I've got this one, but you can also send it to Susan as well. Send it to both.
Send it to me.
Yeah. Don't send it just to
Definitely
me.
send it to me.
Send it to Susan and myself at chrisedwards@travelmation.net, susanedwards@travelmation.net, and let us know how we can help you guys when it comes out to your future booking. So if I may ask the question, if anybody in the chat, there's some people who may have joined us later. I'm only going to get to use it one more time. Would you guys like to close out with one more showing of our replay video from what we got to do 2 weeks ago? If you've just joined us again, thank you so much. We're going to close out with our replay video of what we did on our group cruise. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for supporting us here at Ear to Ear Magic. If you were watching tonight, this is your first time, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Come back and join us in the park sometime soon. We do go to the parks Monday through Friday and share Disney and Universal, but we also want to make sure that we can provide you these types of opportunities as well. So as we close out, you guys have a great night. Thank you again so much for all that you guys do to support us. And one more time, this is our video of the Virgin Voyages 2024 group cruise. So you guys have a great night. Thank you guys so very much.